Arya was walking down the street, coming off of work. She was playing with her bag, looking around for something, when she heard little barking noises. Her eyes fell upon a pet shop with little puppies barking at the window to get her attention. Gripped by their cute little faces, she looked at them. She walked inside and looked at all the puppies that were barking at her. She saw a little husky puppy quiet in a cage looking at her. With its gray-blue eyes and fluffy white and tan colors, she was drawn to it. She put her hand on the cage, and the puppy put its paw up to her hand. As they touched, her heart melted. As she looked at the puppy in the cage, a part of her mind felt as though it had cracked a hidden memory. She found herself in a daze, looking at the ground and not the puppy. Her mind started tracing past thoughts. She saw herself in a cage. Bloody fingertips scratched a paved concrete surface. Arya's tired, beaten-up eyes were rudely awakened by someone throwing water on her body. Only dressed in a bra and underwear in a cage, she was curled up in an infant position. The bones in her body ached, as if hammered by rocks. She could barely move. She licked her dry, crusty lips. She tried to move her head to grasp another breath in her tired, throbbing lungs. She noticed that she wasn't the only person caged around her. There were others also caged and badly beaten up, barely wearing any clothes. A mouse had run past her trying to take her food, but with her sluggish effort, managed to thrust it away. She took what seemed to be half a slice of bread and put it in her mouth to eat. As she chewed slowly, the gums in her mouth felt sore and tender. She swallowed the piece in her mouth and opened her mouth to call out to the other person near her.
Hello?
No one around her said anything. She tried again to speak, but her throat felt like it was burning as she would try. It felt as though being on fire.
Please, someone help me! Answer me!
No one spoke. A door flew open. A spotlight appeared and shined upon her cage. The door to her cage opened. Hands grabbed her roughly all over her body, dragging her on the concrete surface. The pain sparked fire in her lungs to open up. Her skin felt like glass was ripping her skin as they dragged her helpless body against the ground. She screamed and wept.
Stop! Please!
Thrown onto the bed, they strapped her arms and legs down and put a wired cap over her head. A slight tear of fear fell from her eye, knowing that she would face yet another traumatic treatment. She could hear a sound of high voltage being close to her ear. Arya screamed.
No!
The last thing she could remember hearing was a peeping sound, and an electric shock of voltage ran through her body. It made her go numb because the pain was so extreme. It was as if knives were stabbing her all over her body. Mr. Wong was in another room, looking through a hidden glass window as the procedure was being done on Arya. He had a clipboard in his hand, and while wearing his glasses, he would look at Arya and write on his clipboard. A woman was standing right next to him. She had touched his shoulder, and he noticed the ring she wore. Making casual talk, he looked at her and asked,
"Why is it that you wear that goat head ring all the time?"
She smiled.
That's my god. Just like anyone else, I represent who I serve.
She removed her hand from his shoulder and looked back at Arya's shock therapy session.
Mr. Wong, I need you to prepare her mind for me to do my hypnosis. Can you have her ready by tomorrow?
Mr. Wong nodded his head.
Phoenix, don't worry your pretty mind. I'll have her prepped.
Good. We need her to develop her alter ego. Her performance is scheduled by the end of the week. She's won the public's love. They adore her. It's time to take her to the next level.
Arya twitched twice with her shoulder, coming back to reality. She looked at the puppy and saw its sadness. She shouted to the store owner.
I'll take this one!